Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. Today is episode number 230 on my journey to 1800 ELO. I hope you guys enjoy my content. If you do, you should totally hit the like button and probably the subscribe button, and I will forgive you if you had forgotten, so I won't tell anyone. I guess check out the link below, Fianchetto Club. They have really cool chess inspired streetwear, and if you use code NETCHESS you will get 20% off. And that's all that I have sponsoring today's video. But today we're going to do some game reviews, and you guys are going to love them. They are hilarious. So the first one that I played, this is a terrible game. Lot to learn from. I played really awful. It's not a long game. It's just a few moves. But I messed up in the opening, and we can look at where I messed up and what I can do in the future to correct this, because it dropped me below 1200 ELO. I did lose this game. So they start off like this, and I'm like, okay, we're going to play a Slav, right? They play a London. I'm like, all right, I want to play C5. I play the London, and I find that people that play C5 immediately, I don't know, it's a harder game for me when I play the London, because you're not expecting somebody to try and fight for the center necessarily immediately when you're playing the London. So that was my idea, and I do it almost every time. I have never had somebody play the move E4. It's a book move. It's the accelerated London Steinitz Morris counter gambit. Never, ever, ever, ever played this. So the move here is to actually take the pawn. I developed the knight, but you guys can see taking the pawn is the computer's best move. And that makes sense, because you're fighting for the center. They can't take this pawn back immediately either. If he takes this pawn, I'm not worried, right? Because, I mean, my whole plan is to just develop, and I'll get the pawn back eventually. So not worried about that, but I didn't do that. I developed my knight defending the pawn. In my head, I was like, maybe I should try. I don't know what to do, basically. And I took the pawn here, saying, hey, I'll threaten ye old knight, huh? Like, maybe that's a good move. The best move here is to actually just take the pawn in the center of the board and kind of get back to the position we were in before, where I would have taken the pawn and we didn't have it's just with the knights would be gone, because more than likely he's gonna trade. So I took here, he takes with the queen. My thought is just, I don't know, maybe even don't worry about the bishop, but I can win tempos on the queen immediately. I thought this might be good. It is nothing wrong with any of these moves. This was a mistake. Their best move here was to take and just not pay too much mind to the fact that you're giving up a bishop for a knight. They go for the super pin. I don't, for the life of me right now, I don't understand what this is, because my knight is not pinned. I can move my knight. But here I missed a critical move. Well, I didn't, not on this move, excuse me. So here we found the best move, which was attacking the knight, because if you notice, my knight and my king have a beautiful bishop defending both of them, right? So I was like, I can attack the knight. The knight's going to need to move if he... I didn't calculate much further than that, and that was actually my issue, because I realized that I don't really want this. I mean, I don't even know where I'd move my knight. I guess back. Like, I don't really have a square. I mean, I can go here, but he just takes. So my thought here was, this is a problem. And I was right a little bit. It is a problem, but we still don't do that. Playing the move E5 is critical, because we have an issue on this square right now with the bishop and the knight if I don't play that move. So I played this move and left this issue, and quickly realized that I'm probably an idiot, because look, I'm getting literally checkmated. There is only one move in this position. If you guys need a minute to find it, it's not even a move. It's sacrificing the knight. There's only one thing that can try to block here. There's literally nothing I can do. Um, yeah, this was terrible. I resigned here because I realized that it was checkmate. And yeah, I don't know. My opponent had not played very many games, so I don't think he cheated or anything, but he played in a weird way. And I've never seen it before, so he threw me off guard. So he's new to chess.com, and I guess he's pretty good because he found a way to throw me completely out of all of what I thought I knew about this opening. Um, but there's a lot to learn here, right? Like this is not the move, right? The move is to actually sack the queen here to not get checkmated. But I didn't see that. I don't know. I had a long day. I'm not but so fresh, I guess. I kind of have been playing chess when I get off of work, and depending on the kind of day I had, it's it's up in the air. Some days are better than others, and I think you guys can see the days where I'm like zoned in, locked in, paying attention, very focused, whereas today I felt like I was not as focused. Now, this is my second game. I actually got this guy to 1200, which kind of bothered me. I lost this game as well. I played with 76.3% accuracy. My opponent played with 82. And I had 2 blunders, 1 mistake, and 5 inaccuracies. And yeah, it's not good. Normally I win with white, but this is another game where I got thrown. He plays kind of how I play, right? He's playing c5. I got thrown for a loop in this game. I didn't know exactly what to do, and I thought this was fine. The reason I don't like, I know e3 is a book move, but if they take, the thing that I always find annoying is him bringing the queen out and attacking this pawn. There's no real good way to really defend the pawn unless I bring the bishop back or like slide my queen over. And I just don't like playing the lines. I just don't think it's fun. Or it's hard on me. Maybe I don't know the best way to go about it. It feels uncomfortable. It's not good. But this guy doesn't take or anything. He just kind of allows me to do this. And most people that do this are just intending to push the pawn. And that's what this guy did in this game. He develops the bishop. I developed a knight. It's not the best move. The best move is to actually bring the queen out and attack this pawn. And I miss this a lot. So like if he can't go here, right? That's the whole point of the London, is the fact that this square is freaking off limits for that rook. So this is literally a pawn that he's going to need to push. And I don't know. The reason I don't go for this is because I don't see much from here. I mean, some people play this and just give the pawn up, but most people defend the pawn, and then my queen is just here, and then on the next move they can kick my queen out, and I don't see the benefit of it. But this is how the game went. He trades, I trade, he attacks my queen. If we were playing Connect 4, my opponent won. But game is still completely equal. I just backed my queen up to this square. My alternative was to go back to d1 to keep an eye on this diagonal, but this square can't be obtained by my queen anymore, and I don't really need to have my queen back here anyways. So I just decided this was a better square and keep it moving. I developed my knight, and I'm ready to castle. We do. This was what I thought would be my pawn break. I believe the computer likes this move better. Let me double check what... Yeah, it wanted my opponent... My opponent didn't castle in this game for a while, which also kind of bothered me, because I should be taking advantage and opening up the board in this scenario. And doing it over here on the B file is not where we want to open up the board. Like, I know better than this. I have a lot of control over this square, at least more than my opponent does at the moment. He just has the knight there, right? So, I mean, even if I'm taking and open up, he can't, like, if I take here, if he allows me to take, he can't take with the pawn. He has to take with the knight because the pawn is pinned to the king. So, even that is nice because it just breaks up his pawns, and it just feels good. I can put pressure on that knight then, like, you know, or, excuse me, not the knight. I can put more pressure on this pawn. But the other thing is these would be, you know, strong pawns on this side of the board, but I mean, who the hell cares? I can also push the pawn, but I don't know if that's necessarily the best way to go about it. I think opening up the board while I'm castled and my opponent is not is a good way to go. So, again, with the Connect 4, this was why opening up the B file didn't work out necessarily the way, like, he played this move. My best move here was to actually just not worry about it and try and get the knight into this square, which would have been cool, because, I mean, if he takes, I can get the knight here, boom, and we're threatening things. I don't know. I'm in there, like swimwear. So I can always come back if I need to. I take the pawn. We get this Connect 4 thing. I do bring the knight into the center, which is the best move. Taking with the pawn is a better move. I almost always take with the pawn. In this scenario, I thought maybe not. Knight can't go there. He has to go here. I just, for some reason, did not do it in this game. And I know that it's a good move. I know it's the best move. But I did not do it. Took with the bishop. It's barely worse. I mean, it's not that much worse. It's point one. But this was a move that kind of helped equalize. I didn't know how to keep the pressure up. I did see this move. I'm not gonna lie. Don't know what the reason I didn't play it is because I didn't know what I was gonna do there except for double my rooks. I didn't think anything about it. So I didn't know why I was playing it. So I didn't play the move. I played the knight move. Bring the bishop back because I didn't want the knight to take the bishop. I thought this was a weird move. It's not a terrible move or anything, but again, this is a weird move. Now it wants me, instead of coming here, to bring the rook here and probably double up that way. I brought the knight in here. Taking the bishop was just better. He has to recapture with the rook, and that's just a weird place for your rook. So that would have been cool. But we take with the pawn here. Taking with the bishop is just better to get the knight. I don't know, just to trade some pieces, I guess, get some things opened up. My opponent literally from here decided to trade the rest of the game. My best move here was to actually push this pawn. The reason I didn't was because I was like, he's attacking this pawn twice. And I only have the one defender, so he's going to win a pawn. So I thought my move was fine. It's not. It's an inaccuracy. This was a bad move. So here, again, it just wants me to open up the board. Like, this whole, like, we're locked up in this position is bad for me. And you can see the eval bar. It's, like, not in my favor. And this move does not help that. This was a big moment because I missed a huge opportunity here. I saw what the queen was doing. I actually told myself, all right, the queen is here. It's got eyes on this. This is defended by the knight. I had all these ideas. He is stopping my bishop from coming here, which was actually my original plan. Was I moved the bishop here to come here, and I was like, if he pushes the pawn, I'll take. He takes. I won't take, but I mean, I'll keep the pressure on the pawn, and I liked the bishop move, but the computer does not, and this queen move did a lot to deal with it. The best move for my opponent there was not even doing that. The queen defends that from here and is still defending the rook. And it's better to have the queen on the open file if I did trade than having, I don't know, say a knight on the back rank on its starting square. So I missed a huge opportunity here because taking is what I need to do. The reason is because if he takes, which is what happens in the game, I have to take with the queen, and then I lose the pawn with check, and this is where it all spirals out of control for me. I brought the bishop back. The best move is to bring the queen back over, and I'm not gonna lie, this is a lot better for me than what I did do, but because it's protecting the pawn and I wouldn't have lost everything. I would have still lost this pawn. It would have been bad. I mean, regardless, it's bad. You can see the eval bar. He takes this pawn. I tried to be a little bit of a counter striker. This would have been a great move because it wins another tempo on the queen, and it protects this pawn. It basically was trying to get me into the position I was in just a minute ago, but I'm not seeing it. So this is where we end up. I do win the knight, but it's not enough. Black is still much better. These pawns proved to be insane. Look at my opponent's pawns versus my pawns. This is not good. Not good. My pawns have no friends. It's just bad. We're even material here. I'm up a piece, but we're even material, and it's not winning. It's completely lost. Still, well, not completely lost, but it's losing for white. This was inaccurate. My opponent needed to give checks, get active. This was a blunder by me, and the reason is because I lose a bishop no matter what I do. I found the best move. This wasn't the best move. Best move here was to still give up the bishop. I don't know. I just got nothing. And yeah, I resigned in this position because this is unlike the last game where, I mean, it was the beginning of the game and I should have played on maybe a little bit. Still resignable. This is very resignable. I mean, king is active, my king's stuck on the back rank, and I have the worst pawns known to man. Yeah, I played like a 1300. My opponent played like a 1500. I tried my best this game. I just didn't have much luck. And yeah, I dropped all the way under 1200 again. But kind of is what it is. I got a lot to work on, I suppose. I recorded the video of these games, and I just thought I was kind of in like a weird mood, so I didn't like the video, so I decided to do this kind of game review instead, because I'm not in a bad mood. So it was kind of misinterpreting how I actually feel, so I didn't want to post the video. I decided to make a second one, so this video got a little bit of special attention, because almost always I do just one take for any game that I play on chess.com, and you know, it is what it is. If I make a fool of myself, I do. So but yeah, this one I re-recorded because I wasn't in a bad mood. I was off of work. I came home, I was like, let's play some chess, kind of tired and stuff, and played the games, and it was low energy, so figured I'd like take a minute, cool off for a second, kick my feet up, and then come over here and make a nice video for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and don't worry, we're gonna get right back up to 1200. I ain't even sweating it, so this ain't even a big deal. Anyways, without further ado, I'm going to jump out of here and probably record another video for you guys to watch tomorrow. So I will catch you then. See you then.